It's just people, passions, power. Yeah, people. Got the people.
If nothing else on People, Passion, Power, we just have fun. We had a very fun guest this past week. Black Indian, local DC hip-hop artist, super cool guy, and he even dropped us our own intro song.
It's just people, passions, power. Yeah, people. Got the people.
Welcome back to People, Passion, Power with Jason Martin. That's me right here. My guest today is an old school hip-hop artist from DC, Mr. Black Indian. Welcome to the show, my man. I'm excited to have this guy.
Man, I'm blessed to have this guy in the building with me.
Man.
It's amazing.
So we got started a few minutes ago. You got stories, dude. You
Yeah.
got some real stories. Tell me about some of the people you've actually toured with. I got so much to cover with you, so we're going to go fast. But tell me who you've toured with.
Busta Rhymes, Nas, The Roots, Alicia Keys, Steve Coleman, jazz great, Opus, Akoben, De La Soul, Black Star, which is MosDef. No, I could keep Biz Markie.
Man. The list goes on.
Yes.
And what's fun about Black Indian is DC based. You started rapping hip hop jazz in high school.
High school. Well, before that, junior high school.
Junior high school.
Yes.
So at the age of 14,
Yes.
you had your first deal.
I was 13, walked in, a guy offered me named Ezra Greer. He's a famous bass player. He's worked with numerous artists in the business and producer. And he came up to me and asked me, did I have a passport and did I want to go to Europe? And I told him, man, I'm a juvenile delinquent. I can't go anywhere, this and that. He's like, no, I can work with you. Just be back here Wednesday. And I came back and Steve Coleman, the jazz great, was there with a big camera and he recorded me. And they gave him the budget to send me to Europe.
Man.
Changed my life.
Changed your life.
Just like that.
And the sphere of people that you're connected with because of that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So what are some of your favorite memories of that tour in Europe?
The best thing that I remember was we did the Fnac. Fnac is like Tower Records. You remember Tower
Yeah,
Records?
sure.
So Fnac is the biggest record store in Europe. And they had festivals. They don't really call them concerts. They call them festivals. And it was like 1,000 people. But at soundcheck, I didn't know how it goes. So, I'm hip hop. I'm used to, Gangstar, Special Ed, these type of artists. And the music was real jazz, like fusion jazz, like Coltrane but it had certain parts of hip hop beats, but it didn't. And I had to learn how to rap. I had to find myself at that sound check. And what happened was we were just 3 artists because it was Steve Coleman and the Matrix. At this time, before the movie, it was called Steve Coleman and the Matrix. And the next day we killed the show, and the next day on the paper, I'm on the front cover.
Nice.
With a mic, 14 years old. And then the week after we finished the tour, BMG offers us a deal.
Nice.
As a group. So that really that would let me know if I just because I was trying everything. One of the things, pet peeves, was Steve Coleman wanted to know if you could survive on tour, his test. So we went to Sicily and we ate, and they brought this big fish, and it had all seafood in it, the calamari, different seafood in it. And I just dug in. Now, other artists that I'm not gonna name no names was on the tour was like, where's the McDonald's? But you're being disrespectful to the culture. If they offer you, their culture dishes and things like that, you should be, and I was into it. And the people really realized that I deserved to be there because I was just embracing everything that I could.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to ever get this chance because I'm from around the corner. I'm from Montello Avenue, Northeast. So I never thought that I would even get out of D.C.
Yeah.
So to be able to get on a plane and then have your itinerary, then have a passport and keeping your passport and meeting people and interviews, I just picked it up because I really wanted it.
Man, I know Tommy's a mutual friend of ours over there.
Yes,
and
family.
I know he calls you Black. I'm gonna call you Black,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna have fun. Why don't you just call me White, and we'll just get it rolling like that. We have some fun here at the studio. So Black, tell me about what you're doing now. There's a lot I want to cover with you.
Okay.
What are you up to now? You still recording songs? You still
Yes.
at the studio? You got some young artists you're working with?
Yes, I'm working with Ben Dirty. He has a studio called Dirty Entertainment over in Fairhill Studios. This is Southeast. And what he has done is he reaches out to a lot of artists that perform. Like, he likes to get artists that perform already, that kind of have that momentum already, social media wise. And so he notices that sometimes they don't have real songs, the real budget that you need to be successful. So we're working on an independent level to get those artists there. And so sometimes I used to mentor a lot of kids in the court system through DYS. I was a court liaison for about 7 or 8 years. And what I do is some of those kids remember me from Black Indian and putting out music as they was kids, because it was something called The Box, and I've been on BET Rap City. So some of the kids that's, coming up 20, some they'll reach out to me, and I'll work with them. I won't turn people away, because when I was young, these older guys gave me an opportunity. So I feel like it's my duty to give another artist an opportunity. Like sometimes, like, imagine if Tommy was playing and Michael Jordan came out and said, "Okay, come on now, I'm gonna train you." I feel like that would make a kid stay away from certain things. If people in high places or people that are great in their field can say, "I think I see potential in you."
Nice.
That I believe that will keep the kids away from crime. Definitely if you're in the studio and you're dedicated, or you're researching how to become a better artist, or you want to learn for the greats, I always tell them that study moment is better than fighting cases or better than looking over your shoulder, because you have to dedicate and focus yourself to one thing.
Yeah.
And so I've learned over the years, once they get into unlocking their artist or their genius, that they tend to want to stay away from the negativity. And DC is full of it. I mean, we can't run from the fact that it is, and sometimes it's generational. It's generational negativity.
Yeah.
It's the things they can't escape, family members, siblings, things like that. So I try to give them that escape place so they can start researching and seeing what artists they want to be.
I love that. So we do a pre-interview prior to the show, and we were talking the other day, and we kind of charted out your career.
Yeah.
Really, right at the height of your career is when you jumped into mentoring kids in DC.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you did that for a decade at the peak of your career. And one of the other things that's super exciting for us on the show is we always happen to come a spot where in the interview where somebody gets really excited about it. And I know you're excited about the music, but we always catch people when they're super excited about something. And as you were describing your role and how you think what the music does for the kids and what you do for them, you lit up right there, brother.
Yeah.
And that is authentic, and that is awesome. So I'm as excited about what you do for kids as who you played with, who you toured with. That's all fun stuff too, don't mistake it.
Yeah.
But man, that's cool, and you're developing some young talent, and you're still working with some. You were telling me you got a couple in DC that you're watching and helping pretty closely right now. That
I got you.
maybe are on the brink of breaking loose.
Yes,
Who?
and they will be in your car. We have Bilal, young guy from DC, Southeast DC. Shishini, she's from Southwest DC. Bugzy Blaccck, this kid is amazing. He's from everywhere. He did an album with his dad. His dad is already a known rapper, and he produced, and I thought that took a lot. And I thought that was respectful too. And his father and him has a record together. We have got Wooley, also an artist from Southeast. So many artists, they just everywhere. StarBoi Manny, he's our kind of pop artist. He makes records that definitely are top 100 records.
Nice.
And he's straight from Martin Luther King Avenue. So
Nice.
and he has this voice like Michael Jackson. I'm gonna let you check him out. He's amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to all of
He's
them.
amazing. But StarBoi is what, 20? Just turned 20? Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
I know we're just going to go check some of these shows out. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, man, we got
Start
you.
dialing it up and see what's going on.
We got
and
you.
and you've got a studio right now. You're still recording.
Yeah,
and these guys are
dirty.
coming into your studio, some of them, and tell me where the studio is, what you're doing.
The studio is in Southeast. You have to follow Ben Dirty or follow me at Black Indian DC on Instagram, and we'll give you the address. We try to keep it undisclosed, but it's Fairhill Studio. And he's worked with the greats, Southeast Slim that produced for Wale. He helped Wale get on the radio. So many artists have come through there. Q
Nice.
The Fool, that's on Rock Nation right now. So the kids are like trying to climb through the windows, trying to get in
They're
there to
coming.
work because they know that they're going to get something in return. Even if they don't make it to radio, they have this portfolio of work, and then it's documented they work with some of the greats and the best. And that's all we want to make sure that they have a portfolio, because sometimes it's not the fit, sometimes it's not the sound, and maybe sometimes we can't hit the marketing the way it's supposed to be, but at least we could give them a push, we can give them a start.
Nice. And you've got the podcast, In You Energy.
Yeah, the New Energy show. Hopefully,
Energy,
man,
yep.
we could get New Energy over here.
We're going to get them.
Yeah, because
It's coming.
Northeast, that just mean, I mean, that's uptown, that's the Howard area, but when New Energy was created with me and Tom, because we kept having artists come to us, they wanted to get deals.
Tell me what you were talking about a little bit earlier. You know, we talk about GoGo in DC. What's happening with GoGo in DC right now, and how are you thinking about it?
Man, GoGo right now is GoGo has always been originated because it's a part of our culture as far as our history. And GoGo, people don't understand GoGo because GoGo is a kind of a fellowship thing, because it was an area thing where people would come all together. And then, you get your shout outs. I'm from Florida Avenue, I'm from certain quarters. And then people, that was what it was built off of. And so GoGo, besides Chuck Brown, EU, and Red Essence, which all had record success, the younger generation of GoGo didn't get that success that they got. And then their success didn't, it wasn't like, it's not rooted. Mm-hmm. So we worked with Q&A. Shout out to my man Q. Q is over at Capital One Arena, and I was able on November the 8th, 2019, perform at the Wizards Cavaliers game, us in Backyard and EU. So
Nice.
They're doing these concert series at Capital One Arena where they're trying to continue to keep GoGo.
Keep it going.
Yes, and people come out. And you should have saw the people, like especially when EU came out and they were doing the butt, and people were all in the stands doing the butt, and then it made me feel good. People remember my song, so
Yeah.
it was like it's electrifying. You're gonna see more of that, but that's what I mean. We're trying to bring GoGo to the forefront. So what I'm doing now is working with the team that we have over at Dirty Boy Entertainment, and we're trying to find a sound where we can blend all those things from R&B, soul, jazz, and everything into GoGo. So we can push that sound. Because DC needs its own sound. Atlanta has a sound. Cali has a sound. New York, they're the originators. They have their sound. But DC has GoGo.
Yeah.
And we should have that. We should always piggyback off that. And then I think it'll do great for when kids want to go to school and do music in schools, because you have to learn to play an instrument. GoGo is an instrument. We have to get back to that. We're lacking that. Everything is sitting behind a computer, and I really believe some of the best producers I've worked with are real musicians. They really play guitar, they really play the saxophone, and those things I think can make you the Quincy's. They can keep you the Berry Gordy's. You can make money when you're 70, and those are things that I preach to the kids, like pick up an instrument, learn real music, learn how to write music, research other artists. Like I might have what you call a trap rapper listen to Steely Dan. He's never heard, but he chilly, oh my God. But then he hears it and like, that's from Ice Cube record. Yeah, they sampled it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like a relationship that they need to have with music. I kind of introduced that to them.
Do you feel like you're on the cusp with some of these artists? And I can
yes.
sense it. Like I can hear it in your voice. You think you got some, I'll say it this way, you got some talent in the stable, and it's only a matter of time before they blow
I
up.
know.
I feel it. I feel
know.
it. It's coming. You're talking about it.
I know
It's,
it. The fishers that are thinking, no, I know it.
I love it. I love it.
I know it. I mean, just the energy of the hunger. The young people, they keep me going.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about it, because their hunger for the music lets you know where they're gonna be. Because some of these kids, they'll say, I've had excellent rappers. I mean, guys that could outright Beethoven. They are great, but then they're not committed. And then they have other issues, outside issues, emotions that they don't know how to master yet. And then they don't want to do it.
Yep.
And then I might have a kid that has never been educated in music at all, and he's there every day. I'd rather give the energy to the kid that's there every day, because he's showing I want it.
Hey, let's entertain it. Why don't you drop something? Throw me one out there. Throw me a little 30 seconds.
Oh, can I do it on the table?
Yeah, just rock it.
Okay. I'm back with the crew, you know how we do. We chillin' on the podcast and we coming through. I'm in Northeast Florida Ave with the crew and the firehouse across the street, you know how I do. So I'm setting it on fire, coming back with Clya. He look like he might be married to Mariah. Hope not. You saw what she did to that guy, but I'ma tell you like this, cause we stay fly. Now if you wanna check us out, go on all streams, cause we gonna be right here and doing our thing. And I'm out.
That's it right there, Black
That's why they
Indian,
gave you the
ladies
big
and gentlemen.
bucks.
The big bucks right here, man. We got a new friend here at People Passion Power. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
It's just people